Hello everyone. So today we are doing Merchant of Venice, Act 1, Scene 3. Act 1, Scene 3 takes place in Venice, a street. Shylock and Bassanio are present there. We meet Shylock here for the first time. Shylock is the villain of the play. The so-called villain because he is shown as very wicked, shrewd, cruel. Shylock represents the Jewish community. However, certain acts and intentions of Shylock seem to be quite justified. Though Shakespeare could not show this openly, he himself being a Christian, and also the fact that when the play was written in the 16th century in England, Queen Elizabeth was ruling England. I'm going to play a video for you and then explain it in pieces. Here we go. 3,000. So you see Shylock and Bassanio enter the scene, and Bassanio is going to put forward his demand of 3,000 ducats, which he requires so that he can go to Belmont, to Portia, to marry her. And as we have seen in the earlier scenes, Antonio is unable to pay, is unable to help Bassanio to get this money, and has sent Bassanio to ask Shylock for the required money. Shylock, for the first time, is playing an upper hand. So please note the expressions that Shylock has, and how he tries to behave in a pricey manner when Bassanio asks for the money. Let's look at this.
Ducats, well, I say for 3 months. For 3 months. Well, for the which, as I told you, Antonio shall be bound.
Antonio shall be bound. Antonio, that's what Bassanio says. I require 3,000 ducats for 3 months, and Antonio will be bound. Antonio will be bound means Antonio will be the guarantor. Antonio is going to hold the responsibility to give that money back. Let's see how Shylock answers this.
Antonio shall become bound. May you stead me? Will you pleasure me? Shall I know your answer?
May you stead me? Will you help me? Will you pleasure me? Will you oblige me? Shall I know your answer? What are you going to answer? And saying this, Bassanio waits for an answer from the Jew Shylock.
3,000 ducats for 3 months, and Antonio bound. Yep.
Look at the way he repeats those details. Do you think he forgets? Of course not. So, as I said, he has an upper hand on a Christian for the first time, and he will not leave any opportunity to let him down. And that is why he behaves in the manner he's behaving now. Look at the expressions again and how he reinstates at what he's being asked for.
Sit that. Antonio is a good man. Have you heard any imputation to the contrary?
Antonio is a good man, says Shylock. Good man here has nothing to do with good and bad. It simply means he has a good financial status. And Bassanio says, have you heard any imputation? Imputation means any accusation. To the contrary. To the contrary, anything against Antonio. Have you heard any accusation against Antonio? Antonio is a fairly good man. That means well, financially very well off. Please note the words that Shylock uses.
Oh, no. My meaning in saying he's a good man is to have you understand me that he is sufficient.
Sufficient means?
Yet his means are in supposition. He hath an argosy bound to Tripolis, another to the Indies, and other ventures he hath squandered abroad.
He says, when I say he's a good man, is to understand that he is sufficient. Sufficient means he has enough. Yet his means are in supposition. Whose means are in supposition? Antonio's means. Antonio's money, Antonio's wealth is in supposition. It is at risk because all of his ships have gone abroad. They're traveling to different places, and look at the names that he takes. Some are one of them has gone to Tripoli, another to Indies, and all of these he has squandered abroad. So Shylock uses this word squandered, which means to waste. Why does he use this waste? This word waste, that means waste, because according to him, to invest money in a business like this, a risky business like this, in an import export trade, is almost like squandering money. And later in this speech, he also says that all the money has been invested in ships, and these ships are susceptible to all kinds of danger on the sea. So because finally they are made up of boards, they're made up of wood, and the sailors are nothing but human beings who are susceptible again to the dangers on the sea, the danger of the peril, the danger of the waters, the waves, the sea, the storms, and also to the dangerous rocks, which on clashing with the ships can wreck a ship very, very easily.
Ships are but boards, sailors but men, and then there is the peril of waters, winds, and rocks. The man is notwithstanding sufficient.
The man is not withstanding in spite of all the dangers that the business of Antonio is susceptible to. He is sufficient. He has enough.
3,000 ducats. I think I may beg his bond. Be assured you may. I will be assured I may.
So look at the conversation. He says, I think I may take his bond. So he seems to be really convinced, but at the same time not completely sure of what he has to say, in reply to which Bassanio clearly says, be assured you may. Be sure. Are you ready to take the bond or not? And let's see what Shylock answers.
That I may be assured, I will bethink me.
Bethink me, think again. I'll have to think it over.